Hi guys, this is Ravi, and I have been working with the corporate application and automating them for several years now. I have seen and worked on many automation frameworks, but all of them either too much complicated or they've been missing something. Today I would like to show you my framework. I have been working on this framework for many years now, and I have put together the simplest framework in the market ever available, and has every single thing. It comes right up with 1,000 functions. You can do every single thing. You can read files, write files, check for error object, works on any browser. The speed is same as Selenium, and it works with the QTP, Selenium, and all of them. So let's get started. Let me show you the framework and how it works, and give you a demonstration. I know guys what you are thinking. As soon as I said I'm going to show you a framework, everybody probably thinking I'm going to show you same boring application, flat application, and all of those things, coming data and going data. But trust me, this is something you have never seen, and there is no flat application here. So guys, here is the framework folder. So it comes with the 3 files: test data file, test summary file, and configuration file. So let's start with the test summary file. So let me open it. So summary file, something like this. This is how it looks. You can have your module name, whatever module you are testing. You have your environment name, whichever stage, production, QA environment where you want to test it. Here is a macro that runs right off from here and starts from Selenium. All your Selenium scripts will be executed right from here. You can clear all of this thing with one button. And same thing, you can start with the QTP or UFT. I'm not sure if you guys are already know that now QTP 11.15, it's called UFT, Unified Functional Testing. If you are not aware of this thing, probably Google it out. Okay, I'm not gonna go into this right now. So this is how it looks. So you have all the workflows, different workflows, and then you can insert your information right here, that what you are doing in this workflow, what are the actions you are working with, or what are the actions getting executed when you schedule this workflow, and all the information goes here. So all your manual tester or someone who has not created this can read and just run it right from here, as long as they have the business process knowledge. Okay, so you can look at it for each and every workflow. So I have it workflow 1, 2, and 3 scheduled. So let's clear them out and show you from how it does. So now they are clear. So now it's saying that click to schedule. So I'm going to schedule, and then you can provide start point and end point. I'll go into start point and end point in a bit. So now let's schedule second and third. So I'm going to keep the start point here for workflow 1, start and end. So I want to execute whatever action between start and end, everything. For this workflow, I want to start from the start and end when this action is found. So this will not get executed. And then this workflow, I want to execute starting from this action to the end point. Okay. So now you have workflow 1, workflow 2, workflow 3. And then you can see here when this is executed, you can see detailed results with the time and all of this, what is test coverage and all of this thing. We'll go into this after we have executed. Let's go back to dashboard. So this is how it looks, the summary file. I'm going to minimize and go over to the second file. So let's go to test data file. So test data file looks something like this. You have all the variables scripted in your script. So this is 100% parameterized. Every single data comes from the Excel file. My functions are so powerful. I know you guys are scared of seeing just a little bit data here, but functions are so powerful. You can have about 3,000 lines of data or 30,000 lines of data. It will read in a matter of seconds, and you will not even feel that it's coming from Excel. So don't worry about Excel. So workflow 1, you can have different data. Workflow 2, different than 1, 2, 3, and you can go up to workflow 10, 15, 100, whatever workflows you have in your business process. Now let's go to the matrix file. So the matrix file, so this is your QTP or Selenium actions, or Selenium we call it class. So I'm demoing UFT, so I'm going to only talk about that right now. So start, Workflow 1, it will execute this one. Workflow 1, once this action is completed, it will go to this. When this is done, then it will go to end. Same thing for workflow 2, same thing for workflow 3. Very simple. Pick up your action name, put _1 if they are getting executed in workflow 1, _2 if they are in workflow 2, and 3, and on and on. Okay, very simple. Data, very simple. So this is a data file. Now let's look at the configuration file. So configuration file, all your usernames, your environments, or your sheet names, or your folder name, nothing is hard-coded. You can put your folder place anywhere, in same computer, in remote desktop, anywhere. It will pick it up. You can pick the browser, IE, Google Chrome, or Firefox. It will work with those browsers. So let's save this file. In workflow 1, we are going to run IE. Workflow 2, we are going to run Firefox. And workflow 3, we are going to run Google Chrome. I'm going to save this thing just to make sure everything is saved before we start. And then I'm going to click run. And then we will see the demo. So guys, there is no UFT or QTP open. I'm going to show you the demo on HP Unified Functional Testing, but the framework works on QTP 10, QTP 11, QTP 11.5 and 5.1, the patch after the 11.5. So we have saved this thing. We have no data here on the action name, in front of action name, nothing is here, everything is clear. Make sure everything is good. Now we'll click this button and we'll start from workflow 1. So let's click it. So now in a couple of seconds the UFT will start and read all the data. So now we can see the UFT is right here starting. As soon as the UFT will start, it will check for all the error objects. It will minimize everything. It will kill all the Excel files, all the Google, Chrome, IE, all the browsers, everything. So we don't have to worry about closing anything or opening anything. It will do every single thing by itself. So now it's reading all the files, going through all the files, all 3 files, making sure which environment to run on, which workflow to execute, what are the data to pick up, which is the action, what is the start point, end point. Now we can see workflow 1 and the first action. So now it goes in IE, opens the IE right there, enters the data, and just a demo application. I'm not buying any insurance, trust me. I already have insurance and everything. So we are just picking random models. I don't drive Cadillac. I love Escalade, but so now the quote is like 1,000 something, very expensive, but it's a demo application. Okay, so action 1 is done, browser is closed. Now it will go to second action as we have it in so workflow 1 demo _ GMO. It will go to GMO website, try to buy some products. Again, it's a demo. Nothing is going to come to my house or something. It's not going to ship anything. We are just entering data. And as you can see, the data was really fast and it's coming from Excel. So if your framework taking data from Excel file and slow, this is the way to go. So now the workflow 1 is done because we don't have any other action. So now it's end of workflow 1. Now it should go and pick up workflow 2 and run it in a Firefox browser. So same action, but it will start from the second one. So let's wait for that, and then it should pick it up the task from there. So now you can see demo instance. That's the action going to be executed. Now the Firefox, same action, different data. Next, picks up a 22-year-old male, tries to get insurance for them, selects a different car model. Okay, now this is done. Now this was the last action because we didn't want it to execute the second action on this. So now it should stop and it should say that okay, found end of the workflow 2, and it move on to the third workflow with the Google Chrome. See, so it's end of workflow 2 now. Now it should pick up the workflow 3. It takes a little bit time after that because it has to write all the results, all the checkpoints and date and time, and update all the Excel file and make sure everything is getting executed. So this time is only taken after the workflow is done. Couple of seconds, I think it's 20 seconds. I measured once, and but there is no time or lag between any executing action by action. So now it's on a Chrome, going to the application, going to the same site, placing some orders, entering all the data. You can again see the speed of the execution, and all the data is again coming from Excel. Nothing hard coded, nothing hard coded in a script. So now the workflow 3 should be executed and almost done. Yep, workflow 3 is done. Anyways, I'm calling this framework a AirPlay framework because it goes by like air very fast. So I mean, you know, there is no thing. Okay, so now the UFT is done because we only scheduled 3 workflows. Now let's go back and look at the summary file again. So this is the main part, because your manager, your director, they want to look at the results. They don't like to look at the UFT results. I mean, UFT results or QTP results, but they want to look at something like this. You can send them this file and it shows you passed with how many minutes, passed with how many minutes, 1 minute, workflow 1, 2, and it can also show you the total time. And this is what we executed. Now let's go to workflow 1 and look at all the checkpoint and everything what we did here. Okay, so this is why it was taking some time. It was writing that this action passed, the total quota was this, and then, you know, grand total for this order was this, executed on date and time. You can also click here and you can see the time as well, and you know, how many minutes it took. So now we have 2 test cases, nothing failed, no warnings, no incomplete, total 2, 100% coverage, 2 out of 2. Same thing, we have 1 executed, second one wasn't executed because we didn't want it to, and then same thing for that. And then for third 2 here, and we can see it's executed on Chrome, IE, Firefox, and IE. So this is how it works, and this is the simplest framework with a it does everything very complicated, but it's very simple. Anyone can schedule it. Your manual tester, your manager, anyone can schedule it. Anyone can read this thing and schedule it. You can write it down, your business process, explain them. You can clear them, and you can do everything. So let's clear this thing out. So now it's all cleared, and you can again reschedule. You can say, you don't have to schedule in 1 by 1. You can schedule 1 and 10. You can schedule 5 and 8 or any workflows. So my framework works on a QTP 10, 11, 11.5, also on Selenium, but I'm not going to discuss Selenium here. I will be creating another separate, totally different video for Selenium. So stay tuned for that. And you can visit my website at qtp101.com. Again, the URL is qtp101.com. You can read some free article. You can read all the VB scripting part and all of those C# and all of those functions and all of those things. And I would like to soon start teaching this framework and UFT and QTP, load runner, all of those things. So if you are interested, go to my website, check them out, drop me a message, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So this is it. If you like it, post a comment and I'll get back to you. Any questions, anything, let me know. As soon as the framework is ready, I'll upload the exe file on there. You can install them. You can use it for your company. You can use it for your personal use. And yep, happy testing, happy automation, guys.